Alright, in this video we're going to take it up a notch from one variable inequalities to two variables. And so here's you another cheat sheet. Same idea, but instead of open circle versus closed circle, we're going to be talking about dashed line versus solid line. So if you want to make the connection here, the dashed is like the open circle and the solid line is like the closed in circle, because you can include stuff when there's not holes in the line and you can't include stuff when there's holes. Alright, and then shade below and above, that correlates to what we were doing before when we had arrow to the left, arrow to the right for less than and greater than. But now we're going to be talking about shading, because we have a line on a graph and we want to know which way the solutions are. Are they above the line or are they below the line? Because we have more than one solution here, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So think common sense. Less than tends to make you think below, hopefully, so we're going to shade below the line. Greater than tends to make you think above, so we're going to shade above the line. Alright, and again on these, if you end up multiplying or dividing by a negative, you must flip your inequality sign, and that's going to be important here because I guarantee you're going to see it a few times. Alright, on this one, I've circled your inequality sign because that's going to give you all of the info you need, minus your slope and your y-intercept, which hopefully you are familiar with getting, and if not, go back and watch that video about solving and graphing equations. So your slope here is 2, your y-intercept is 3. And now using this inequality sign, going back to your cheat sheet if you need to, greater than is strictly greater than, so that means it's going to be a dashed line. It didn't say equal to, it just said greater than. And since it's greater than, think common sense, that means we're looking for solutions above the line. So we're going to go graph this line, go up to positive 3, then use your slope up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, just add you a few points so you can see this. And we said it's a dashed line, so just make sure that you're not connecting your line. So make it dashed. And then we said we're going to shade above. Well, look at where you can draw above arrows, above your line, so I want everything on this side. Alright, let's try another one. Same idea. I circled your inequality because that's what's important, besides your M and your B. So your slope here is -1, your intercept is 3. And then looking at this inequality sign, it's less than or equal to. Or equal to means we're going to have a solid line. We can include it. Less than means we're going to be shading below. So we're going to go graph this up at positive 3. Then we're going to go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, just to give you a few points to look at here. And it's a solid line. Missed a few of those, just imagine. Alright, then we said we're going to shade below, so underneath this line. Alright. Pause these and rewind if you need to. On this one, we need to get y by itself, because even though these aren't equal to, we need it to look like y equals mx plus b. So ignore the fact that there's an inequality sign for now, and try to get y by itself. So same idea we've been practicing, minus 2x on both sides. 3y is greater than -2x plus 6, divide by 3. Y is greater than -2/3 x plus 2. So now this is your equation you're looking at. Here's my inequality sign that's important. So your slope is -2/3, your y-intercept is 2. Since it's greater than and not equal to, this is going to be a dashed line. And since it's greater than, it's going to be above when we shade. So if we go graph this, we want to go to a positive 2 and then down 2 over 3. So there's a few. And we want to dash this line. So again, make it dashed. And then we said we want above, so everything above and to the right of this line. Alright, on this one, same idea, we need to get y by itself first. So we're going to subtract x from both sides. Minus 2y is less than or equal to -x plus 12. Make sure that negative sign right here travels with the 2y. It is attached. Do not just drop him off. So now I've got to divide by a -2. Hope that is ringing some bells for you. Since I divided by a negative, when I bring this sign down, he has got to flip. And if not, you're going to get the wrong answer. So I'm going to flip that inequality sign. -1 divided by -2 is a positive 1 over 2. So that's my slope. And then 12 divided by -2 is a -6. So here's my equation. My slope is 1/2. My y-intercept is -6. And then look at your new inequality. Do not go back up here to the top and look at this one. That is going to give you the wrong answer. So if you look at this, it's greater than or equal to. Since there's an equal to, I want solid line. And since it's greater than, I want to shade above. This is the key. If you do not flip that sign, you're going to shade on the wrong side of the line. So I'm going to go down to -6. I'm going to go up 1/2. Alright, that's enough points to get us going. I want a solid line through there, and I want everything above. Make sure you are flipping that sign, otherwise you would have shaded on the wrong side. Alright, here's practice. Get you a sheet of graph paper if you have it. If not, just get a sketch going on a regular sheet of paper. The key points you need are the dash versus solid, the above versus below shading, and make sure that before you start graphing you get them in this form. So pause this video, come back in a few minutes to check your answers. Alright, here's the answer to number 1. Make sure you've got the dashed and the shaded below. Pause these if you need to look. Here's number 2, solid line shaded above. Make sure your lines are graphed accurately as well. Number 3, you got to rearrange it first to get Y by itself, dashed line shade above. And then the 4th one, you got to rearrange it. You are in the process dividing by a negative, so you need to flip that sign, which I have highlighted right here. Solid line now shaded above, not below like we thought eventually up here we were going to have to do. Alright, until next time, keep practicing.